You are now tuning in
to DRES tape.
Supra.
This is DRES tapes. You are now tuning in. Freestyle podcast getting you through thick and thin. This is DRES tapes. You are now tuning in. Freestyle podcast getting you through thick and thin. Only pod that got your back. 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 We got your back through thick and thin. What's up, y'all? We back with DRES Tapes, episode 7. I hope y'all had a good night. We just had the NBA Finals roll out. The Golden State Warriors are now the champions of 2022. Shoot, it was a crazy night because our boy Drizzy came in with a surprise album at midnight. So we got a lot to talk about, yo. DRES Tapes, thank you for coming. Like I said, the only pod that got your back. How you feeling today, BD? How's everything?
Oh, we're feeling good. You already know it's another Friday.
Right, feeling good, man. Good to be alive. New content rolling out. New people working on new content to be rolled out soon. You know, it's all coming, all coming full circle. But we're just glad to be here and glad to be alive, keeping the positive energies, around in circular motion. We here. But yo, let's talk about this album. I want to get straight to it, yo. This is what we're here for, right? Drizzy. We are here for Drizzy's new album. So he spontaneously just drops an album out of nowhere, right? There's no single. He basically just pulled a recent Kendrick, right? No single. No announcement that, I'm about to drop an album. He just surprised the world. And how does the world react? They go crazy, of course. How do you expect them to? They're on Twitter going crazy right now. They're either loving or hating the album, and that's just what you expect from the greats, You either love it or you hate it. You're never going to get everybody in the world to love it. But, other than that, yo, what is the album called again? It's called
Honestly Nevermind.
Honestly Nevermind. Okay, there it is. I knew it was something simple, just like Future did a recent super simple title. I don't know, he's just keeping it, keeping it him. It's very much of a pop vibey album in my opinion. I haven't gotten to absorb it yet though. We still need a whole week to really feel out the album, right? I know you haven't listened.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten the chance to listen to it yet. Future's album was called I Never Liked You.
So Future's was I Never Liked You. So I saw somebody on Twitter say, why are these rappers putting teenage girl titles for their freaking albums? And I'm like, that's everyone's got their their opinion.
I think it's pretty fire.
Yeah, no, it's different. The album cover looks poorly done. It almost looks like I paid someone $20 to freaking.
I like it.
To get me an album cover. No, I like it because it's simple. It's not it almost seems like Drake is just trying to answer back to Kendrick's recent everybody's talking about him. He didn't answer back with I'm gonna out-rap you. He said, I'm going to still do me and answer back with everything I've already accomplished and got farther than you with. So I'm just going to highlight on this the reason that I'm here. And I think it's genius. I'm going to let you know, I think it's genius that this is how he answered. Because anybody would, break character, right? Anybody would break character. Drake could easily break character and be nah, now I have to make a super lyrical, super artsy type of a body of work to answer back to Kendrick. No, sir. That man Drizzy said, I don't have to answer back in the way you think I have to. From his perspective, he's I've already made success. I don't even have to compete with anybody. I literally am going to show that I'm the best by just still doing me and just being consistent. And to be honest, it sounds like a bunch of Lucy's on the album. It sounds like, to me, these were a bunch of songs he already had, like, stored up. Because, I don't know. I think of that a lot. Like, it almost seems like a lot of times Drake at this point when he records, he doesn't take as much time as he once did to like perfect a verse of how it sounded or like how, you know, like how he would like deliver his verses. It almost seems like he takes less time, but maybe that's because he's being less he's calculating it less. He's made it to a point where it's like, why do I have to calculate every move, bro? I can just keep dropping and the people are going to like love the fact that I'm just being consistent. I'm still dropping music. And that's what it's for, man. Cause he, like I said with the Big Stepper, like, you know, it's not, that's an album you really have to sit there and absorb by yourself. It's not that easy to like sit there and vibe with your girl, vibe with like a bunch of group of other people, other than like the handful of songs that are vibey, you know, like Silent Hill and a few others. But like the whole entire Drake song, I can listen to and put in the background, let it vibe out while I'm on the way to a date, while I'm on the way with a girl, you know, like, or while I'm just chilling. You know, not really trying to like think too much and you just want to vibe. And I think it's good. It's great for that. As a diehard Drake fan myself, bro, like I've been a fan since '08. That's always what he brought was like that singing side and that like always highlighted him as a rapper too. You know, now I think, like I said, he's really like diving into like his character more and just really dialing in on who he is. And it is working. It always has worked for him.
Hell yeah.
I like it better than CLB. I like it better than his last album.
I didn't really listen to CLB.
No?
Nah.
I listened to it through it maybe twice. It was not my favorite, and it wasn't easy to like listen to. Like this one's a lot easier. It's more vibey. Like I said, I do feel like on his vocals a lot, he like takes less time to like to do perfect vocals because he has like such great engineering at this point.
I think Drake's just a little too predictable. I haven't listened to this last one, but like all the Lucy's that he drops, I feel like you could almost tell how he's gonna come in on the song before he even comes in, you know.
Well, that's funny that you say that. I'm gonna ruin this because you haven't listened to the album, but the intro almost throws you off.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's just like a 1 minute, 20 second type like intro of just the instrumental where it sounds almost like it's going to be like a super artsy project.
Yeah.
It tricks you.
Oh, interesting.
Boom. He goes straight into the pop shit. That Take Care, like that half side of Take Care vibe of that, like that pop side that we all love Take Care for. You know, don't get me wrong. Take Care was my favorite Drake album. He conquered that pop side and like just boom, puts you right into that. And like the whole album is that whole pop disco side of Drake. I saw somebody on Twitter say, oh, he made a disco album, a disco album. Obviously it's not a disco album, but expect that very much like I said, like vibey
like
type of.
This one is a disco album.
Yeah.
Thing?
Like this was a very disco-y album.
I mean, like one of my boys told me that it's like got Views vibes.
Views vibes. Like I said, like early Take Care vibes. Like I said, like it gives me definitely, yeah. Like, or what was it? The one he's got so many albums at this point. The one where he had like his father on the cover. I don't know if you remember that. The name of that one specifically.
I'll just look it up.
So he had his father on the album, and he had songs like Passion Fruit. It's the one with Passion Fruit on it. And this album is very Passion Fruit-esque. If you like the song Passion Fruit by Drake, this is a great album for you. Like, you know what I mean? And I like Passion Fruit. I like that side of Drake. I'm not going to lie. I'm a very boom bap lyrical type rapper. I love it all, but I also do love that melodic. And this is what you expect. Coming into a Drake album or coming into this Drake album, just expect like very like the instrumentals are very sweet and melodic. That's the best way to explain the instrumentals. They're very sweet. It's appealing to the ears. It's very just chill. It's sweet and melodic. That's like the best way I could describe like the instrumentals. You know, he's back in. Is Drake in love again? Because that's what I'm getting, because he hasn't like dialed in on this like whole singing thing in a while. Like, cause he always like used to dial in on it and just like go crazy, but he hadn't dialed in on it in a while. And I was saying that not too long ago, but like, yeah, bro, I feel like either he is like starting to fall in love with music again, or he's like falling in love, like, you know what I mean? And you know, like you said, Drake is very predictable. I'll give you that. He is. That's what makes him Drake. He made corny cool. He made like just being yourself to the fullest, even if it's like not like cool and gangster to everybody else's perspective. He made that like actually cool in the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
He's that guy. Man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that is that. Oh, I never knew that. But yeah, it's more life.
More life.
More life.
So yeah, very more live vibes on this album. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much about Drake to anybody, any of my viewers who's like hates Drake, or like, you got to understand a big reason of why like I started rapping and got the confidence to rap is because of Drake. And I've said that before and I'm gonna say it again. Like a big part of the reason like I didn't think like being a rapper fell into that stereotypical like, you know, that type, that box. Cause like I felt like I at one point when I was growing up, like through middle school and high school, I was like, I never could see myself being a rapper, because like I didn't see myself being like gangster or being like a certain like way that people want you to like perceive yourself in the rap game. You know what I mean? And those stereotypes started dying with Drake, in my opinion. Like, yeah, with Kanye very much more like first, but like even more so with Drake, because I was in high school at the time, for me at least specifically, because I was still like in elementary when Kanye was my, like, you know, doing his first stuff. But yeah, man. Drake is a big part of the reason I started rapping. So I have to like talk about, if he drops an album, just know almost the whole podcast is gonna be about that album. If Kendrick drops an album, almost the whole podcast is gonna be about the album. Cole drops an album, the whole podcast is gonna be about the album. It's just how it is. Those are my like, I got to grow up in one of the best generations. I got to literally see, you know, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, Big Sean, Meek Mill, freaking to I mean
that whole like 2012 to
2010 to 20 yeah,
it started to get like dying off. That whole scene was probably like my favorite.
Schoolboy Q's to the like everyone in TDE, Absol, and then like you just had
Rocky,
ASAP. Oh my god, the whole ASAP mob. I was loving all that. I even and then you also had the pro eras with like Joey Bad at that time too. Like I was loving hip hop, and I always will love hip hop. But my era, I'm gonna be biased. I was like, bro, like I really felt like I got to witness the best era of hip hop. Even though you can say, you know, the 90s, 80s, whatever. I didn't get to live much through then. I still will always be biased and feel like my generation, I really got to see the best MCs, because these guys were still battling to prove that they were better than the guys in the 90s and the 80s, while trying to keep up with like what is now. And it was like so interesting, so phenomenal to watch. I loved every second of it, and I literally feel like I got to absorb it, and it became such a huge part of me and my artistry. Those huge horses in rap, because A$AP Rocky is a huge influence too. Like he's definitely one of I would say he's the fourth out of those three, and then Big Sean like in my influences, and then Meek Mill, and then you have Meek Mill. Because when I first started rapping, this is a confession. When I first started rapping, I literally looked up to Meek Mill and wanted to rap exactly like him. I realized very soon that I wasn't going to be like Meek Mill. And like, I had to find my own style but like, you know, you always have like a rapper when you first start that you're like, bro, he's like, when I was 17, like Meek Mill, Dream Chasers 2 was the hottest mixtape in the streets. I was like, you know, I wanted to be like Meek Mill. I had like got the confidence because of Drake. Like Drake was my like favorite rapper through high school. Before that, it was like The Game and Young Jeezy, and then like Drake had become my favorite rapper in high school. And then, you know, Kendrick took over that after high school, and then Cole, and then all between those three, they were always like bouncing, you know, as my favorites. But man, I've taken a lot of knowledge from those guys, from just like them learning themselves in their music, them like learning how to like make hits, and then also learning themselves in music. And I like had to, you know, learn different aspects of music. You know, there's so many sides of it, you know, the feeling of it, the excitement of it, the hardships of it. Like there's so much that goes into it. And, you know, like I said, I got to see the best era, man. I don't know if I'm just biased, BD.
I think it's crazy. So I'm looking up right now. On the Control verse, he name drops
Mac Miller. My bad. Sorry, go.
Yeah. He name drops J. Cole, Big Crit, Wale,
Ooh.
Pusha T, Meek Mill, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electron, Tyler, and Mac Miller. Now, think of like all the rappers.
Tyler 2 and Tyler 2 was man.
Think of like all the rappers that are popping right now, right? Out of this list,
they don't compare.
Out of this, well, not even that, but it's like crazy because like out of this list, the only ones really that are still like, you know, like doing shit, you know, and like really relevant, I'd say, is like J. Cole, Drake, and that's it, really. You know, I'm not saying like.
Oh, you're saying resident relevancy?
I'm not saying that Big Sean and A$AP Rocky aren't relevant, but they're not.
Meek Mill's still relevant
level as they were.
Meek Mill is still relevant.
Yeah, but you got to think too. All these guys, like really, all these guys recently dropped an album.
It's huge,
and it's like.
Well, you don't feel like Meek Mill is still huge. He's still with Dirk. He's still with Lil Durk. He's still with Lil Baby. He's still with all the new guys. So I almost don't feel like Meek Mill like has fallen off or like has faded away. He was chiseled when the whole Drake beef was going on. When him and Drake were beefing, he was chiseled. It almost like he almost disappeared from the scene in a way. They tried to cancel him, but his consistency like definitely helped him bounce back, and just all the like newer rappers like just still messing with him. I understand where you're coming from, but let's remember the people in this era. Let's see them 10 years from now, because
of course,
this is 10 years from when that verse dropped.
Okay, like for example.
Wait, when did that verse drop? 2012, 2013?
Let's see.
Almost 10 years.
Probably. So it says 2013.
So 9 years. You got to give about a 10-year, like a decade span. Like, will these artists last? And yeah, they will in their own ways, but like, will they still be like relevant? Like how you said, like Drake.
Well, yeah,
Cole.
they're gonna be relevant.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna be relevant in the same way that these guys are relevant. Kind of like
Pusha T. The way Pusha T's relevant, right? Like we all know and still respect Pusha T, but like. He's not going to drop an album and everybody's going to be talking about it. You only like
200K type shit, you know?
Yeah, even with like Schoolboy Q, who's like one of your favorites, who I love and admire. He's going to drop an album and maybe get those 200K range too, which
definitely
still awesome. Like we can name it's funny, you named all those rappers that Kendrick named in the Control verse. Like we could sit here and name the guys that are relevant right now, right? Jack Harlow, NBA Youngboy, Uzi Vert,
Lil Baby,
Da Baby. Like people, but like, man, these names don't hit your soul as hard as those other names. Like I ain't gonna lie, like Mac Miller, Tyler the Creator, freaking like, you know what I mean? Like A$AP Rocky, like, man, if y'all lived through that era, y'all know. Like they were running it. They were showing, like they made swagger a whole different level. They made hip hop a whole different level, you know? Especially like A$AP. Man, they took over. Because like someone like 21 Savage who did songs with J. Cole, you respected him more after doing that, right? Like, I don't know, at least I did. And I always like, I had respect for him just for like making it in general, but like, then you do stuff that like you wouldn't especially.
Dude,
like,
have you heard that
you
song
wouldn't expect
that he has with Pharrell and Tyler, the creator?
Who?
21 Savage.
Mm-mm.
Dude, that shit is so fucking good.
I think actually that sounds kind of. Is it on Tyler's album?
I think it's like it's just a standalone song. I'm pretty sure.
Then I'm thinking like maybe I heard it, but
it is so good.
Speaking of 21 Savage though, real quick, he's on the final song of Drake's album on the outro. So Drake just like, you know, he does a whole album with that Take Care vibe. Literally the song Take Care. Like if you think of the song Take Care with Rihanna, like that vibe is like the whole album. Then all of a sudden at the end of the album, he slaps in one extra song with 21 Savage for like to stay like on the relevant sound or like whatever the people think is relevant, right? Quotations. Like it's crazy to me because he is smart, bro, and he is predictable. He's gonna keep doing what he already is known for. He's gonna keep feeding you what he's known for. That's just Drake. You could hate it or love it. I'll just choose not to use my energy to hate anybody anymore. That makes no sense to me. You know, and Drake, he's always been finding the newer artists, you know, the Playboy Cardis on his album or whatever. He does that too very much, the Kodaks. But he was doing that even way before. If you don't even know, like he put Kendrick on the interlude like we've spoke before. Like he put Cole, he went on Cole's mixtape. You know, when they did In the Morning, he was helping out those guys, the guys grew up admired, and he rivaled. He helped his rivals. Like on some LeBron shit, who like did a whole camp where Steph Curry and all of them showed up and KD and all of them showed up and learned a whole bunch of stuff from him. And he regretted it, probably regrets it now. That's literally like the same case. Like literally. It's crazy, but at the same time, you know, Drake, I don't think really feels uneasy anymore. He doesn't feel insecure about it anymore because it's like, bro, now he knows y'all can't chisel him. You know what I mean? He can drop the worst album in the world and still be Drake. Like literally, he could drop the dumbest album in the world and still be Drake, and then come up with a bounce back album and everybody's still gonna listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, look, Eminem has done it like a million times already. You know? That's
true. So it's like
and Drake's done it too. You know? Like,
yeah. Eminem doesn't do it like Drake though. He doesn't like hop on the trends to like try to get back. Like Drake very much is like and Drake didn't do that for this album necessarily. He more, like I said, like was in tune with like his side, like of music, of like what he's created, his sound, his influences, right? He's dialing in on that more, in my opinion. But Drake very much more like stays on top. Like rather than Eminem, like the world made him like a shrew of what he used to be. Like Drake just like absorbs all the hate from the world and like makes it positive, in my opinion. Eminem didn't make it as positive. I feel like he used to really use it to his benefit, but there's a difference, you know?
Dude, I think it's crazy how 21 overcame like the fact that originally he's kind of like a meme rapper.
This just became a 21 podcast. 21, no, it's fine. No, he overcame a meme rapper.
Bro.
Dude, there's one thing overcoming a meme rapper, but I mean, riding the fact that you're a meme rapper is going to make you you. Yeah. He literally wrote it, conquered it, showed it off, and still uses that character, that meme type character in his songs. Because you can't take him that serious when you listen to 21. You're not going to be like sitting there listening like, oh, he's about to like blow my mind. Like you got to like be more like a goofy type of mood when you're like ready to listen to 21. And I listen, don't get me wrong, there's songs that I have in my phone by 21 Savage. So I know when I'm like in that goofy mood, you know what I mean? But like he's conquered that, bro. I'm gonna say it a billion times, bro. The character that you leave behind your music is even more important than what you leave on the track, because like the way you move, the way you talk, the way you freaking like.
Well, it's like it's entertainment, you know. When you watch a show, you don't like your favorite character for what they say. You like them for who they are.
That's true.
You know.
Well, he very much early on found his ad lib. 21. He very much early on found like his Straight up ad lib that he was gonna do for the rest of his career.
Oh God.
And like, yeah, and like he wrote it, and bro, you can't hate on it. You can hate on it, hate on the influence, because I don't believe in like the influence that he leaves behind, you know. But you could even say that for Drake. I don't think he's that responsible with like the influence he leaves behind anymore either. You know, he's just like whoever hears it, and whatever happens. You know, the kids are gonna take it out as it is.
That's just how it is, though. You know.
Well, you can either like care or not, right? I mean, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge anybody, but you know, I choose to care at least. You know, it kind of hurts me when my like nephew tells me, he's like, oh, like my like 7-year-old nephew's like, I heard your videos the other day, like, but like he's like, oh, but he's like, used a lot of bad words, like and that like to me, I'm like, man, I'm like, who the heck is showing you these, first of all? And I'm like, damn, but like I can't like expect them not to hear it.
Right.
They're going to hear it when I put it out.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, oh shoot. I have to be responsible. Like, I have to like think about that. I felt guilty as hell when I dropped my first music video. My grandma made me feel guilty.
Oh no.
I had the bitches pouring the Fiji water on the. I had the car, but I was just trolling, and like that was the concept of the song, was to like troll everybody. To like that was the whole. I'm gonna explain that why I did that song now, because I always said I was gonna explain why I did that song. I did trolling because I'm literally trolling the world on how y'all think rap should be or hip hop should have to be. Like, you should have to be this certain way. And I did that song to represent, like, yeah, I'm going to get that song out of the way and show you I can be whatever I want in this. I don't have to be what you think it has to be. I don't have to be what everyone else thinks it has to be. I knew myself, you know?
Oh, that's a dope shirt you got on.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Shout out Nezuko. She's like in some like modern clothes.
Yeah, I'm sorry to totally derail the what I'm saying, but
yeah, that's funny. Nah, man.
But yeah, trolling.
I was talking about you trolling me? Are you trolling me now? No, I'm just playing. No, see, like, and I did that song too because like when I do make it big, and whenever I get trolled online, I want to have like just a little snippet clip of like trolling. You know what? Like, you know what I mean? Just like a little like trolling. Like, bro, like, you know, just like to feel good about whenever somebody's trying to troll me. So I'll feel better about it, you know, and I'll be on Twitter still battling all these trolls and like, you know, because that's really draining in energy, I'm sure, for a lot of artists. You don't want to see me slime. Tell that hoe to come and get the Fiji slime. Thirsty because she see me with the rock. But don't you feel like that?
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
That
I was focused on getting the background music.
You gonna make me forget what I was thinking. But no, I was saying like battling on Twitter with the trolls can be very draining. Like if you're famous and you do it, like, cause I see artists that are big and that do have the blue check, that do use their energy and like fight back against the trolls. I only can imagine how draining it, and cause I've done it I'm not famous and I've argued back with like Twitter trolls and it's been draining. But you can like just reverse it into like a fun thing, like the trolls do, right? You gotta reverse it into something fun, just like not take it as serious. Like leave your comment there, and if people start arguing, like don't even answer back. Who cares? Like, you're gonna really keep going back and forth. Like just leave your comment there. It's there. Boom. You don't have to keep arguing with somebody on one. I can't stand that. That's the Twitter trolls that I despise. But like I said, it's very draining for artists like to read all that stuff, but I still want to like kind of like know what people are thinking when I do make it. So that's why I like curated a song like Trolling to like, in my mind, I'm gonna put this song, like play that song when like people are trolling me, and like, you know, it makes sense. Music, very much you can give it a meaning. Like this song will like give me this comfort, or like this song will give me this comfort. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure. Do you have a comfort song?
I have a lot of comfort songs. A lot of comfort songs. Right, I couldn't name one.
Yeah, let me rattle some types of moods off for you, and you tell me what your comfort song is.
I can definitely do that, because I won't name. How about I name an artist, because it's hard to name a specific song when there's so many. Bro, there's got to be close to 1 billion songs. Nah, it's got to be at least 1 million songs. But like,
Disappointed.
What I listen to when I'm disappointed?
Yeah.
I'll go listen to something that isn't gonna disappoint me. I'll listen to like Overly Dedicated by Kendrick Lamar, or like, you know, or like something that's just like already has like changed me. You know, even though what's crazy is I was disappointed when I first heard that album. Crazy, right? I was disappointed when I first heard that mixtape, Overly Dedicated. But now when I'm disappointed, I actually go to that mixtape because like it makes me feel great.
What a turnaround.
Yeah, but enough about that. We're going to end it off with some freestyles, some straight tapes. Thank y'all for coming. You know how we do it.
Hey, where's Rolo?
Yeah. Let's go full circle. Hey, hey. No, I'll be smart like Urkel. Hey. Ayy, come that beat my murky. I'ma go in, I jerk it. Ay, I'ma go in, I'm smirking. I see that bitch working. I'm just learning about myself. Yeah, talk about Drizzy, talk about busy, and we just roll up that blizzy. And I'm about to go in, no glizzy, but I be shy a little sometimes. I don't go in. This is a little freestyle like, yo. Hey, thank y'all for coming. This is DRES Tapes. Sorry for the little freestyle. We had some technical difficulties, but hey, I'm just glad y'all came, man. And this is how we gonna end it, you know? Just with a little vibes, you know? Yeah, cause I'm here right now in the 6th dimension. Did I mention I'ma go with ascension? Just pay attention, cause I'm lifting. I know I'm gifting, I know I'm about to receive, about to believe. Living at ease, about to believe, Hey, thank y'all for coming. Episode 7, DRES Tapes. Hey, hey.
Supra.
This is DRES Tapes. You are now tuning in. Freestyle podcast, getting you through thick and thin. This is DRES Tapes. You are now tuning in. Freestyle podcast, getting you through thick and thin. Only pod that got your back. 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 We got your back through thick and thin.